Hey everybody, what's going on? Happy Sunday. We're here with Tesla Full Self-Driving Beta 12.2.1, and my uncle just bought a Tesla for the first time, and I have another Tesla I need to sell to a relative. So we're going to go over there and help them out. Now, before we get started, I want to thank our sponsor this week, Joa. This is my favorite Tesla accessory maker. These guys are just awesome. Pretty much any type of Tesla accessory you could want, Joa's got it. And they probably have one of the best ones. I've used a bunch of their products. I really love them. And they've also got a great Twitter presence. They're a great member of the Tesla community. Go follow them at Joa Life. They've got some pretty funny tweets they post from time to time. But yeah, I love their products. One of the products I really like actually is this electric scooter they make. So it's really handy. You can actually put it in the trunk of your Tesla, including the sub-trunk area. And it's got a charger that you can plug right into your Tesla. So they have a SIG adapter. You can put it right into any Tesla's SIG adapter port and charge the electric scooter with that. If you got a Model Y, they've got one in the trunk there. And if you've got a Cybertruck, you could plug it into the bed in the trunk. So sometimes it's handy to have that little electric scooter with you. It folds up, you can put it in the sub-trunk area. And for example, there's a car wash around here I like to go to sometimes, but if I'm getting the car detailed or something, I might want to come back here. You just take the electric scooter out and you can go ride wherever you want and come back to your car and charge it right in the car. So go check out Joa, use the code HOMEMARS for 5% off your order. And please go spend a lot of money with them because they've been a great part of the Tesla community, a great supporter of this channel. So go on a little bit of a shopping spree, use the code HOMEMARS, and let me know what you get. Tag me. All right, let's get started with the drive. All right, so we're starting off pretty cautiously. Generally, I have not really liked this version because being the first version going to wide release, it's just very slow and very cautious. It drives like a grandma. It's very hesitant. When you see it driving straight, it kind of has these little micro braking maneuvers it's doing. It doesn't really go too much over the speed limit, which makes it kind of difficult to use for me. There's a Tesla, there's a Tesla, there's a Tesla. So let's see how many Teslas we see. These are all going to be running this software and driving themselves soon. There's 3 right there before we even left the neighborhood. Alright, so here is the gate that FSD Beta 11 could never get through for years since I got the software. It's a motion sensitive gate. You have to creep up to it to be able to open it. Perfect handling. Something that the old FSD Beta could never do. 12 just does so naturally. It's incredible. Alright, now we've got an unprotected left here. This is really a challenging unprotected left. There's really fast traffic moving on both sides. Okay. Looks to be clear. There we go. Nicely done. And it's switching lanes over to the right for some reason. It's a little bit odd that it did that, but again, it's going like 30 miles an hour. It should be going 50. So it's ramping up its speed very slowly. Like, it's a little bit ridiculous. You know, no human would ever drive like this. And the weird thing is, the first FSD Beta build I got was perfect, FSD 12.1.2. It was assertive, sometimes a little too assertive, but it was great. It was quick. It would go exactly the right speed over the speed limit. This one's going under the speed limit. You should never be going under the speed limit on assertive mode. Let's see. Yeah, this is assertive mode. You should never be going under the speed limit on a wide open road. Why are we going 42 in a 45? This should be 50. Maybe it's looking at the school zone or something. I don't know. but just really slow. But, you know, it's a new build. They're going wide for the first time. Of course, it's going to be a little more cautious. They've turned the nags up to 11. There's a Mercedes EQS on that side of the street. They've turned the nags up to 11. They've turned the cautiousness up. So hopefully they dial that back in further releases, 12.3 and beyond. There's a Tesla Model X, a red one. Now we have to make a left turn. We're getting into the left turn lane here. And it's all clear, so here we go. Oh, a little bit of hesitation as it saw the car approaching. There's a Tesla Model Y Performance. There's a Tesla Model 3, there's a Tesla Model X. Someone count how many Teslas we see, tally them up for me, because I always lose count. And I'm pointing these out because these are all going to be running this software. So let's imagine in 24 months, okay, why is it slowing? I think it saw that red left turn signal, and it maybe thought it was a red light, but then it corrected itself before stopping fully. It's a little bit of hesitation there. That's generally my biggest complaint. This build can really do a lot of zero intervention drives, which isn't to say that it doesn't sometimes make bad mistakes. It actually makes bad mistakes more often than V11 does. But it can really have a lot of zero intervention drives. But my real complaint is just slowness, hesitation, getting stuck and requiring an accelerator pedal push, that kind of thing. So I'm hoping that gets smoothed out in 12.3. We see more of what I was seeing with 12.12, and I think people will be even more excited when they see that. Or maybe they're making it kind of hesitant on purpose so that they can dial that back, and then everyone goes, oh my god, it's getting better so much faster. All right. There is a Nissan Leaf. There's a Hyundai, I think that's the Ioniq 5. All right, we're going down the hill now. There's a Tesla Model X on our right. All right, good speed here following the other cars. I think when auto speed is with other cars, it's a little bit better. But by itself, it maybe is having a little bit more trouble figuring out what the right speed should be. Okay, still reading the speed limit as 25, the truck speed limit. So now it's slowing down to 38. That's at least a little bit better. With the old software, when it saw the 25, it would go down to 25. At least this auto speed realizes that 25 would be completely inappropriate, and it's going 38. But really, it should be smart enough to realize that a 25 speed limit makes no sense. I actually read the sign wrong. That was a truck speed limit 25, and the regular speed limit is 45. So, you know, normally I would intervene, scroll the scroll wheel up, but I can't even do that now with the auto speed. So I kind of just have to go 38. But luckily we're making a left turn in 0.2 miles, so there's no one behind us. It should be okay. All right, we're getting into the left turn lane here. There's a Chevy Bolt. There's a Tesla Model 3. There's a Tesla Model Y over there, Model Y Performance. There's a Model Y Performance over there on the left side, a red one. There's a white Tesla Model 3 over there as well. So pretty much anyone who has a Tesla is going to be experiencing zero intervention drives, curb to curb, parking spot to parking spot. The car software does the entire drive. It's obviously not, there's a white Tesla Model Y. It's obviously not yet reliable enough to do it without you watching. You have to watch, and you still have to take over to prevent a crash sometimes. But I mean, it's so smooth and comfortable. It's improving so rapidly. And there's a Hyundai Ioniq 5. And, you know, the driverless experience I've seen with Waymo, it's really not hard for me to imagine this end-to-end model getting reliable enough for driverless. It may sound crazy, but it seems more realistic now than ever to me. I mean, this is just a real drive I had to do. I had to go over to my uncle's house, help them with their Tesla order, and it did the entire drive. Well, I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch, but it's doing the entire drive for me. I just said, take me over here, and it took me there. Isn't that incredible? This area isn't pre-mapped. There's a BMW i3. There's a white Tesla Model 3. It's not pre-mapped, it's just looking at it with the cameras and figuring out how to drive. Okay, here we got another car. There's a merge. There's a white Tesla Model 3. That looks like a Porsche Taycan, yeah. So just look at the variety of EVs you see here in California. It's crazy. It's not even just a Tesla thing anymore. The industry as a whole is flourishing. There's a Tesla Model Y. There's another Tesla Model Y. I mean, obviously Tesla sells more EVs than everyone else combined, but is that a Taycan? No, that's a gas-powered Porsche. And there is a Tesla Model S ahead of us. On our left, we got some people riding horses. Doesn't seem to be impacting FSD. Nice takeoff there from the stop sign. And we're getting ready to make a right onto Via Valmonte. Curve in the road here. FSD Beta 12 handles it so smoothly. And we're approaching our right turn here onto Via Valmonte. Alright, here's the Tesla Model X on the right. There's a Tesla Model Y on our right. Alright, nice takeoff from the stop sign. Got a speed bump up ahead. The sign said take the speed bump at 15 miles an hour. Let's see what it does. Okay, it took it at about 8, but it was very comfortable. Alright, getting closer now. Alright. This is a yield sign and there's nobody here, so I don't know why it stopped. But maybe it thought something was a car that was going to move or something, I don't know. got kind of a narrow street here. It's weaving nicely between the cars. All right, pausing at the stop sign a little bit too long, but again, hesitant, overly cautious, overly slow. These are not endemic issues with V12 because they showed me that first build and it had that aggressiveness. So I know they can do it, but they either intentionally dialed this back or this version of the model is just maybe trained on one too many grandmas. There's a Toyota Mirai. There's a Rivian R1S in someone's driveway. Looks like we got a dumpster here, kind of sticking out into the road. And it goes around that and parks right where it needs to. Beautiful. All right, let's go help my uncle out. Take care, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Okay.
All right, so you just ordered your first Tesla. Congrats.
Thank you.
So what was it about the Model Y that made you want to order it?
Seems like it's a good price and what it offers. You know, if I go buy a Hyundai car or Toyota Corolla these days, it's 45,000, 40,000. So for me, the price was good. 45 is a reasonable price. I don't want to pay 80, 90 or 100,000 on a car.
Right.
Like we had a Lexus GX 460 and every other week we are pumping gas into it for $100
Right.
to fill a tank, and that was just getting to us. So that was the reason that we thought, oh, electric would be a good option.
Okay, that's good. So this is your first electric car.
Right.
Or is there anything you're nervous about going electric? Anything you're unsure about?
The nervousness is the range anxiety, I guess, because worried about, hey, I forgot. Because I met somebody in a party and he was worried where the supercharger is. I was like, why? Because he drove from Orange County and he was low on charge. So I was like, I don't want to be like that guy, So
Yeah,
that's the only thing I'm worried about. But I think it's going to be my wife using it, which she will be in town, so it shouldn't be a problem.
No, it really isn't an issue. I've been electric for 5 years, so you can do road trips, you can go around town. It's great.
Sure.
So last question.
But before that, the convincing, and I think I don't know if it would be important. The convincing part is when I drive a car and my kids are sitting at the back, my daughter is always complaining about how she feels nausea or something. And I was driving with my brother-in-law, and he said the same thing, that his wife always complains about, oh, when you drive, I feel nauseating. But when you're on a self-driven car, it's much smoother. So that kind of...
Interesting, yeah.
That's what got my interest. It's like, maybe family will be more happy if I put it on the autopilot.
Yeah, I think you're going to like the new version 12. It's really, really smooth. So we got you the 3 free months of FSD with the referral. Right. So are you excited to try that out?
Yes, definitely.
All right, so last question, what do you know about Elon Musk?
What do I know about Elon Musk? I wasn't a big fan of Elon Musk before, because I thought, he's all over the place. He's into the, because I come from, I work in a corporate world, so,
right.
Where the CEOs are matured, and you look at Mulholland, the Boeing CEO or the Ford CEO, they have a pattern. But Elon, as a CEO, was jumping all over the place because his boring company, and then fire. I think he had a fire gun, and then Tesla and space. So I wasn't sure about as a CEO, but I saw him in Saturday Night Live, so I could relate a little bit to some of the things, because my son might have some intelligent mind. I guess they think about too many things. So that's how I got interested. His political views are a little bit different than mine.
Did that factor into your purchasing decision at all?
Yes. So I was a little bit hesitant. I'm a centered. How do you say the word? I'm not right wing or a left wing. So for
Right.
me, him flipping to the right side too much was a little bit uncomfortable. But hey, I'm just buying a car, not him. So
True. And the price is kind of hard to say
yes,
no to.
the price is important. We have been a Lexus family for a long time. So our first choice was to go to Lexus, even for electric. And when we found out information about the Lexus electric is just 125, which is no go for us.
Yeah.
So that's the other option was BMW, and then like you mentioned, BMW, the port is going to be changing to supercharger. So
Yeah.
I don't want to be, have that headache and wait. So,
Okay, great.
sure,
Congratulations.
thank.
Okay, so let's just have it drive us, let's say,
She's our neighbor, GoPro lady.
let's have it drive us maybe, I don't know, somewhere close, just here. So you just put a pin down on a map anywhere you want to go.
Silver Spring, okay.
Silver Spring.
Silver Spring.
Alright, so it's plotted out a course, so I just touch the button. So what's new in this version is it's end-to-end neural nets. So they got rid of 300,000 lines of C++ code.
Right.
And now it's just all pure deep learning. And they just inference the model and that's it. This is what you're going to be using in your car pretty soon.
Oh,
for 3 months for free, yeah.
Yeah. So that's the 12,000 package navigation thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, well, the navigation obviously comes free.
So right.
That's
so
the self-driving.
Yeah, so there's a self-driving. So
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with I just get the navigation system. Then the 6,000 package is what?
The 6,000 is kind of like half the self-driving features.
Okay.
So this is all of the self-driving features.
But it still gives me warning, about proximity.
All the safety stuff in basic autopilot comes free. So it's really good for free. It has basically everything, all the hardware, all of that. All right, so now we have to turn left here. Or no, I think we're turning left over there.
Right. No, this is a tricky one.
Okay. Yeah, let's see how it does. Smart, okay. It's creeping a little bit too slow, but let's see.
Oh, got stuck.
It's a little scared, I think.
Hey, you're gonna get me killed. Move. Yeah, so that was a good turn.
Not well. It was,
I mean, for a good learning turn for the car.
I mean, you can press the accelerator and get it to go faster, but this version's a little new, so they've dialed up the cautiousness. And it sees the speed bump, it goes down.
It's all visual cameras, right?
Yeah. They even turned off the radar and the ultrasonic sensors on the car, and it's just pure cameras now. Pretty smooth, right?
Yeah, that's what Shafat was saying, and I felt it too. Like when Shafat overtook and he was driving, you could feel the at the back seat, and he said, "Yeah, that's what Samina always says. That hey, I feel a bit dizzy."
Yeah, definitely.
And Anya and all these people, they all always complain about my driving. So I was like, yeah, maybe it might help.
Yeah, I think so. It's very smooth.
Okay, let's see how she's gonna do this one.
Yeah, this is a challenging one for sure. All right, so it's going into the intersection. Wow.
Bit scary, but he did it.
Yeah.
Who makes the visual sensor for that?
I think Samsung makes the cameras.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they're like automotive grade cameras. They have a very wide spectrum. They're HDR, so you get multiple exposures, but they're pretty much just standard cameras. Nothing too unlike what you'd find in a phone.
Right. There's a Teledyne company which does visual cameras, and they have all sort of very sophisticated ones.
Yeah. I mean, I think these are pretty standard, run of the mill.
And all those.
Yeah.
And you can look at the face, get the facial features and temperature of the face and everything.
Yeah, they have a camera on the inside, so you can actually make Zoom calls, and it also watches to make sure you don't use your phone.
Right. So then he was saying there's a hack for you gotta put your hand on the steering wheel. Or?
Yeah, you have to put your hand on the steering wheel at least every once in a while.
Oh, this is
just
like
to show you're paying attention.
It's like a joist. What is it called?
Yoke.
Yoke.
They call it a yoke.
Yeah.
Your car that you ordered just has a round wheel, so.
Right. No, this is like an aircraft.
Yeah, it is a little bit like an aircraft. All right, so we got to make a right turn here. So it's pausing.
See, it's okay that it hesitated here, but if it's a lot of traffic, then it can be an issue.
Yeah, I mean,
because it stopped too early, and if somebody would coming to, if they don't brake or something.
Yeah, I mean, this one's kind of an earlier version. The build I had before this wasn't really hesitating this much, but they're starting to roll this out widely now. Okay. So it's a little bit dialed up on cautiousness because it's brand new.
Right.
But, you know, it can basically do an entire drive.
Yeah, it's like amazing. So when you say machine learning, meaning it has a database of all the turns in this, and it's going through that, or it's learning what if you have driven here before, then it will learn. Otherwise, it has to depend on the database. Is that?
No, it doesn't really use a database. That's kind of the approach Google took. They have like a really high resolution LiDAR scan, and they compare against that. But the amazing thing is they're just processing the camera inputs raw without a lot of map data. I mean, they have street map data, but it's mostly just processing the visual inputs and generating the steering wheel and pedal outputs from that.
He's saying, I see a stop sign, I see a signal, I see a turn, I see, and I'm going to make a decision based on that.
Yeah.
So it's real time.
Yeah, exactly. It's just putting it through the neural network, and the commands to drive the car come out. And they just train it on people driving manually. So they have the footage of people driving manually. They put it through a neural network, and they basically say your objective function is to predict what the human would do.
I see.
And it comes up with essentially the solution itself. Okay, let's see.
So can we see where the focus of the camera is?
Well, it doesn't really have a focus.
No, like where the... So how many cameras? It has front,
yeah. So
sides, back.
There's a...
If you want to see what the camera is seeing.
Yeah, I can show you. There's a thing where it'll show you what the camera's seeing. So I can show you right here now that we're parked. So we got to the destination, it pulled over.
Yeah, right.
So you saw basically from the curb to the curb, we didn't do anything. It just did the entire drive. So I'll show you what the cameras can see. So let's see, where is it? Camera preview. So there's us.
Mm-hmm.
There's the main forward camera.
Okay.
So that's just, what's in front of the car. Then you got also a wide camera to get a wider shot of the forward view. Then you have in the door pillars here, kind of like where your head is,
Yeah.
you have a left facing and right facing camera.
Okay, so if you go back to the wide one,
Mhm.
so when we stopped at that stop sign,
Mhm.
maybe some, that's why he was hesitating, maybe some of it.
No, I think it was just hesitating because there were other cars, and it was trying to figure out if one of them was going to come. So it's more just an issue with the software, because I've seen other versions of the software just do that smoothly. But yeah, so it's got the left facing camera, and then over here, kind of where the mirrors are, this is kind of like what the mirror sees, that kind of view, for when you're making lane changes and things like that. Then you got the right side view, so you can see this house here that's to our right, and then that's what's behind us on the right side, and then finally you have the rear view camera. All right, so let's go back now. So all I do is push this button, and there we go. So this is what you're going to be able to do. You got your first self-driving car coming.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Yeah, especially on the highways, it's really good. You'll be amazed. 405 rush hour, it just handles it.
I wish I had this when I was in Midwest.
Right.
When I was young. It was like 8 hours, 6 hours, you just driving on the road. There's nobody.
Yeah, seriously.
Like, have you tried, like, how would you try that? Like you driving and somebody's just throw a ball and see how he reacts?
No, I haven't tried that. That might be a good test. Alright, probably could have gone a little earlier there.
Yeah.
That wasn't that smooth.
Wait a little bit.
Alright. We got a right turn here.
He needs to pull forward a bit. Whoa.
There we go.
I think he got confused with the kids coming and then the car behind.
The
He
car
could
that
have
was
made
turning,
it,
right? Yeah.
only the car would have been coming. But because of the kids, he said,
Yeah, this version is a little overly cautious, but the future versions are going to be really smooth.
I mean, which is okay to be cautious.
Yeah, of
You
course.
don't want to crash
Right.
or hit a kid.
That's the number one goal, yeah. So it really makes it easy to get around. You can just enjoy the scenery.
Yeah.
You don't have to just look at what's in front of you. You can actually look around, see different issues and threats that are coming from different places.
I don't know. I guess you're young, but for me, when I drive around a lot, I get tired.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna see if I get
Yeah.
tired the same way, or
Yeah,
is it much
this will
relaxing?
probably make you a lot less tired. Okay, we got a pretty busy intersection here.
Because you constantly focus on front and let's see. Oh, yo. So this S. So what's the high end? S is the high end, or E?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the top.
That the S and the X are the top, but really the Model Y is the best seller because
Right.
it's kind of the sweet spot. It's got a lot of space, but it's also just a great price, and it's just practical. It's kind of their best car. They sold 1.2 million Model Ys last year. It was.
Is this glass gets it darker? Is there
They have a.
feature to make it darker?
It has like a UV coating on it,
Okay.
and they have like a sunshade. If you want, you can get a
Okay.
sunshade as well. But I don't need the sunshade. The UV coating is fine. You don't really feel anything. I like actually looking up. It's nice,
Yeah.
especially when you're driving through like downtown
Right.
or something.
You can really see the road. It's
Yeah.
low profile.
Yeah. Look at them. They got 2 Teslas.
Huh?
They got 2 Model Ys.
Oh. Ooh.
This guy right there.
Oh, right.
That's how much they liked it.
Yeah, every other car, you see a lot of wide stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Anya said. I said, no, I don't want Tesla. I said, why? Everybody has it now. Like, so.
Yeah. It's true. There are so many here. That's the electric Porsche, I think.
Yeah, I think one Tesla, one hybrid would be good. Yeah, Anjum's current car, this is Rivian.
Yeah, that's the Rivian. That's one of the other really
Yeah.
nice ones.
What about the Lucid? It's not that good.
You know, it's an okay.
Oh, beautiful interior.
Yeah, I really like it. The Lucid's okay, but they're kind of struggling. They're not selling any.
Why? Because of the price?
Yeah. Primarily because of the price, but also it's just not that great of a car. People don't really like buying, $90,000 sedans.
Right.
People like SUVs more now. That's what really sells more. Okay, that was a yield, so didn't have to stop there.
Yeah, this corner it messes him up.
But, so it was a little bit hesitant, it was a little bit slow, but you can see that it drove us there and back and we didn't have to touch anything.
Yeah,
And it's only getting better from here. So you'll literally, you can still take the wheel and just drive whenever you want to.
Override it.
Yeah. So you can still drive when you want to, but you'll find that if you want to, do you see how smoothly it did that? If you want to, you can just have it do the entire drive and it'll make you much less tired. Okay, here we got somebody in the road. They got a Tesla too. Okay, notice how it's being cautious. It knows there's somebody potentially walking in front. It's going a little bit slower.
Cool.
So even a narrow street like this, no problem.
Yeah.
It can weave through everything.
Oh, it will take us to Fahim's house.
Oh yeah, let's enter that address. So look at this. This is really
Yeah.
tight with these cars, so let's see what it does.
Hmm. How much this was, you said? Oh, I love the beautiful one.
The Model S
Yeah.
starts at like 75,000.
Not that expensive. I mean,
Yeah, it's not that bad.
it is expensive, yes. It's a high end.
I mean, it used to, not too long ago, it was $100,000 car.
Right.
So they dropped the price to like 75. That's when I bought one. I said, okay, maybe now I can kind of stretch it.
Right.
But the Model Y is really a great one to start with.
I like that.
Yeah, it's really nice in here. It's really comfortable. The seats are ventilated. All right, let me know if you get a
Yeah, sure.
delivery
thank you.
date.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
All right, see you later.
See you. Take care.